Hello, welcome to week 2 of the intro course. Um, Something from week 1 that I wanted to talk about is that if you got any kind of notifications or anything about a roll call assignment or something like that, don't worry about it. I was just trying to look and see who had interacted with the course so that I could submit attendance for, they want us to submit an attendance on Fridays for some reason instead of, I set all the due dates on Sunday. But that being said, it was just, um, something I had to work through, and there was nothing on your part that you needed to do. Um, I would ask that if you can try to get something done within the week 2 module through the week, but I can work around that if it's not possible because I know some of you work through the week and have other things you got to work on. So that being said, because that's what I'm going to do now is go back on Sunday and update the attendance from last week um, for the people that got stuff done over the weekend. That being said, um, I just this week there is a lot of stuff. Well, and I mean every week there's kind of going to be a lot of stuff because there we're covering 2 chapters every week, whereas in the in-person 3 hour a week class we're only covering 1 chapter a week basically. So, but we're also done in 7.5 weeks instead of 16. So there is light at the end of the tunnel here. So basically, with respect to week 2, we got the same resources up, kind of resources from the book and everything that you can check out if you want to. And then we have the lessons, and you'll notice there's like 5 lessons for chapter 3, or well, 6, I guess. I need to rename. And then there are uh, 5 lessons from chapter 4. And this week is probably going to seem even more intense than usual because the 2 chapters that we're covering are kind of heavy in content. So the theory, uh, chapter 3 is theory and chapter 4 is law. So those are kind of heavy concepts. And so we'll unpack it. We'll unpack it as best I can. Fortunately for you, I found a lot of external content, that's like pre-produced and, um, better, better quality than just me sitting here in my dining room at the table, recording a video. And so, hopefully it's more, um, easier to watch. So then we also have like what's going to be normal is the quizzes, and like last time, all these quizzes are going to be to where if you don't like the score you get the first time, you do get to take it again, and it will average the 2 scores. So if you get like, let's say that you get like a 70% the first time around or whatever, and then you take it again and you get a 90, it'll average that to be 80. Um, so I do that because really, the primary motivation on the quiz is just to make sure that you're engaged with the content and you can answer questions about it, and to prepare you for the midterm and the final. And those are the ones that are one shot, deals. So the midterm will be obviously at the midpoint when we've covered half the material, and then the final will be the final week of class. And so we've got those quizzes on here. Week 2, we're also adding a new thing where I'm going to do every week anyway, and that is that I'm going to find an interesting video that shows a police interaction, and we're going to discuss it. And so, like all the discussions, you can either type it out in a narrative form, or you can post a video. And then I will, like with the discussion board from last week, I will get in there and answer questions that come up, and um, things like that. So there's no real rules about what you need to talk about it here, but I just watch the video, you know, ask any questions that you have, or just comments that you might have, or um, whatever. And and then there's still the normal discussion board that's just for overall the content, whatever you found the most interesting, the least interesting, and then questions generally about the material. The discussion board about this video is going to be specific to the video. And you'll see if you open it up that there is a link to the YouTube video that you should open in another window like that. So that being said, that's that. And then the last assignment that I wanted to talk about, if I can find week 1 or week 2 again, is the report assignment. So last week we had material that was meant to help kind of get you in the frame of mind about writing a report and why that's important. And so this week I want to try to exercise that a little bit. Um, and so I'm calling it a report writing assignment, but the report really is just on this date and time I completed an assignment, and this is what it is. Um, it's not like I'm expecting you to, you know, watch a police video and type a report like you're the cop that did it or something like that, because I think it's just um, not we're not ready for that yet. But if you look here, I also posted a video of myself explaining the lesson. But really, what I expect you to do is go online and look up a statute and then tell me the elements of the statute. Now, here I say Missouri Revised Statutes website. If if you would rather look it up on your individual state where you're from website, that's fine too. But what I am going to require is that it's going to be a government source. I don't want the third party websites and stuff regurgitating or some kind of summary or something like that, because you got to look it up exactly as it is in statute. So identify the elements. So it's not going to be too tedious or time consuming, but it's hopefully to get us in the swing of things. So you can prepare that either in a Word document or like Google Docs or something online. That's fine too. You should be able to, you can either export it to a PDF and then attach the PDF, or you can, I'm not sure if Canvas has where you can just directly add a Google Doc or something, but if it does, that's fine too. Whatever it lets you do, I'll sort through trying to figure out how to grade it. And if you have issues uploading or whatever, just email me and let me know. So that's what we have for week 2. We have kind of a bunch of lessons here, and and then 5 assignments. So that's all I have for this week. So have a good rest of your week, and email me if you have any questions. Thank you.